So one other little tidbit of knowledge that you need to know, and that is when you're on the app. Because when we moved down to Florida, I had a trailer full of trash, and I'm like, I have no idea where the county dump is. So I put it in my GPS, and it started taking me down these little tiny roads, and I'm like, 50 feet turn here, 20 feet turn here, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And I got down by the dump. I'm like, there's a highway right down here, and I took it. Well, come to find, then I tell my wife, I'm like, I went down all these weird roads and alleyways and stuff, and it was ridiculous. I had it on bike mode. and I didn't know it. I had it on bike mode, and so that's why it took me through, mobile home parks and stuff.
Right
and,
up on the sidewalk. Go down
right, and so you always make sure you have it on the right mode before you hit the road.
Well, definitely, I have occasionally it switched to like walking, and I'll be going like from here down the street, and it says like 21 hours. I'm like, what is going on?
Or you have no one public transportation, and it'll tell you take the MARC train, then switch, go to the metro, and then do this, do that, and the other thing. Boy, I tell you, Bob, I've been guilty of that too. That is funny.
Yeah, but it's really great. My son is in Europe right now, doing a post-college trip, amazing trip. I've never even been anywhere he's going, which I'm so jealous about, but really handy when you're overseas as well. So, we got to thank I love technology. I hate when it's down or breaks because we rely on it too much, but it is pretty cool.
Yep. I concur.
Speaking of technology, if you go ahead and say, Alexa, who's Bob and Chris, it'll let you know. We are on Alexa, and I annoyed Bob all night last night, sending him text messages. Bob, check this out. Check that. I sent about 7 text messages in a matter of like 45 minutes.
Did I answer any of them?
Not one.
Not a one. Not a one. Don't you bother me at nighttime.
He's off the clock. When he's off the clock,
I'm off the clock. Yeah, I was thankfully listening to a window guy trying to sell me windows.
Ah, lovely. Yeah. How did that go?
Well, he was great. I would have probably signed on the dotted line, and then he told me how much it was, and then I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Windows are so expensive.
It was $40,000.
Oh my God! Holy cow!
Now, Chris has been in my house, and so he understands how many windows. I have big plate glass windows, and we have 32 windows to replace.
Wow.
So, and I was like, oh my gosh! And I told him, I said, well, that's like $15,000 more than the last guy. And he's like, I need to know who that was. We discussed. He goes, well, that company. I'm like, look, your windows look great. Absolutely look great. I would think they would great, but I can't. That's just, I don't know.
I need to put you in touch with ANS Construction. I'm going to get you in touch with Sandra. We're going to see what we can do with that.
There's so many companies out there. And he's like, look, it really does depend on, they all say lifetime warranty. And he goes, but look at the warranties, So like one company says lifetime warranty, but if the caulking starts to crack and peel up, that's not covered.
No.
Or if you paint the inside, that takes away the warranty. And I'm like,
has nothing to do with how the window works.
No,
goodness.
No,
yeah.
but they're all that way. And so then I foolishly put in today, there was, because I said Windows or something, and that's all my news feed is. So I entered in, okay, let's find out how much it would cost more, and next thing I know, I'm like, oh, hi, I'm this company, and I'm this company, and you want to do Windows. And I'm like, good Lord have mercy. Yep. So I'll get rid of them. And they call, and I'll go, look, I'll listen to whatever you got to say as long as you can answer a couple questions. Yeah. And that is, my first question is if you were to die today, would you go to heaven or hell? And usually they hang up.